Come on. There we go. They're both up. Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Streaming Story Saturdays. What's up? Come on. There we go. Today we are back at Final Fantasy XIV and Heaven's Ward to go with Saphrine's story through the quest line. Last time, what did we go over last time? We had the journey to the west with Ysael and Estinian being our two quarreling duo. Met Reyes Valgar, found his disposition on the whole deal a little not helpful. Ysael realized that Shiva wasn't the actual Shiva, but a manifestation of her vision of what Shiva was supposed to be. Dealt with the remnants of the Crystal Braves and Elfino dissolving what was that failed experiment. We still have a few of the more loyal and dedicated members around. Standing right here. And that is where we left off. We did get news, I believe, from Sid and his crew that they finally finished the Mana Cutter, so we can head back to where Estinian is waiting to go deal with Nidhogg. So, without further ado, let's start doing things. Boy, what do you got? I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing signs will need be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger and the Waking Sands and Tataru and Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. All right, Sid, you've had 3 quests worth of time to get this thing taken care of. Move that a little bit. Yeah, no, I wanted to go to Sty Steel. That one. Nope, I don't want to talk to you. That's for Machinist, and I don't want that right now. Saphrine, how in the 7 hells did you do it? I was just about to send to you. We have but completed a Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments, and she'll be ready to go. We'll see to the finishing touches. You might want to pay a visit to Fort Tome Mana. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. I guess he got tired of waiting. Speaking of which, I do have volume up. There we go. That's better. Make sure they're all at the right setting. Yeah. You have fulfilled your obligations to the old Dons, then? Mr. Sataru has kept me apprised of your situation. Once I learned that these Mana Cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the very present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the area, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sphere Emmerich? I think we have kept it in the dark long enough. Gonna try to end the war with an assassination of a dragon. That is obviously gonna work well. I think it's one.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Yep.
The moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus, you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
You just want to fly one.
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Excuses.
Praise the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander.
He is so desperate to fly in one of them.
You too, Master Alphino. By the Fury, you have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'Tis surely we too.
We all know the boys just wanted to fly on the new cool airships. I've pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the area. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. One does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without added worry of carrying a novice. Ouch. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. He's not wrong about Alphino having very little experience on the battlefield. At this point, at least. Saphrine, old friend. The cutters are ready when you are. Finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can go wherever you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties tear through that wind barrier like a cermet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is Garland Ironworks' guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, warrior of light, the dread worm awaits. Honestly, it looks to be more lightning etheric base than wind. All right. Off we go into the wild purple yonder. Guess who? I think we got his attention. All right. Unfortunately, with how far apart all these poles are, I can't really do it. with an NPC party. But Estinian is holding his own, I will say. It's kind of hilarious that you still see Kyurgens and Conjurers at this level. I mean, that's a gladiator, not even a paladin. Alright, first big guy. Pick a position, thank you. That's a donut. That's a raid wide, I believe. No, that's targeted AoEs, nothing much. And the tether, what you gotta add to the lightning rods. Should be an ad in just a moment. The donut again. And the tether again. Hold it still, thank you. I don't have a range ability. Almost worked. Hey, it's just like Dust Vigil, I think, is the one I'm trying to think of. No, Stone Vigil. Stone Vigil is the one I'm thinking of for the dragons. No, those random attacks. You all can grab that one. Ooh. Not the best purple, but... Hey, got him up here. Actually impressed that worked. Now, if we could just get him to stop moving all over the place. I'll be down here. See, it could be done with NPCs sometimes. Unfortunately, they don't like to AoE too much, but you just work around that. And damn it. Fat fingered that one. Yeah, it's still streaming. Do, do, do. Alright, and this is the fart demon dragon. That is gonna explode in the clouds of smoke when we get to the second stage. So you just gotta look for the gap, which is gonna be over there. And this one, I believe, is going to be a donut. I was out of that, but whatever. Tank busters are always fun. And this is just the repeat. Good luck finding the gap. And now just to make our way to the big guy. Stop moving. Thank you. Hello there. It'll be fine. He literally just chunked like 15% in one hit. Alright. One more pull and we get the mini little gauntlet. Honestly, I think Estinian, the way he is here, was basically just to show off Dragoons during Heaven's Ward. Because he is still using the same old abilities. So a lot of the stuff he has is not really available anymore. Alright, this should be the last. There we go. Now, time for the big guy. Raid wide. Center line. Outside lines. Player-based AoEs. And he's going to count down. Of course it targets me. Take that out before you lose your person. Add phase. Nope. All right, big boom. There we go. Now just comes the burn down.
Taste my lance.
Ooh, that was nice placement of those. Alright, he had the first one. This one's mine. Nope, that's not over. It's kind of interesting how he can basically disable a dragon with its eye.
No worm. This ends here.
Well, he's no longer the Azure Dragoon.
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
This is what, number 3? Yep. Halfway there.
They are ours, Lord Haldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldrath, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
And that is why we have the Forgotten Knight. What is left is the 4 high houses.
Forton, Hylanat, Durander, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
History is written by the victor. But an interesting note, they plucked both eyes from Nidhogg. So where did that one come from?
Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history, to the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull?
Mm-hmm. How indeed.
Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph.
But
we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. New toy. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. Because her world has definitely not been shaken enough. You know what? Let's just do it. Yep, she's still here. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift from the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learned the truth of its beginning, the whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, warrior of light. Come forth, mighty worm. I wonder.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Once more you are whole again. Once more you are full of power. question is, where did Rada's eyes go? That's obviously going to end well.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
And he couldn't just abandon his brother. Yeah. Hmm. He just wanted to live in peace, but everybody around him is always endlessly. Sallying forth conflict. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Hraesvelgar wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
Did he?
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete.
There's one eye missing.
We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom?
Themselves.
At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgar was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Give
Wait,
them in to one
I
war
will
and they
join
start
you.
another.
There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
And now we got the 12 jackasses.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance.
Great.
Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
It's almost like they're preparing for a summon. Who says it's only the beast tribes that do summonings?
moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that, my boy.
Comrades, sheathe your swords. There is no need for further bloodshed.
My lady!
She is come.
And yet your presence is going to inspire them to fight
Hear me,
more.
brothers and sisters. The war is ended. Nidhogg is no more. Aye, it is so. This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the great worm low. The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends. He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it. Peace?
Yeah, that thing you kind of were fighting for?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Go and try it.
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
That was rather close to comfort. But 'twould seem Clom has returned into the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You returned to Ishgard in the oddest company, my friend. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got endless questions. I confess, I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Saphrine? Beg pardon? You traveled all the way to the Churning Mist together, along with Istinian? Never was there more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, heretics pacified, Father and Sir Emmerich must know of this. Let us break the news to them tomorrow. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Fort Helm's Mana. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well, Saphrine, and I shall wait you there. Oh, crap, my voice is screwed. do 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 do.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father. For I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That will probably take time.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question.
Yeah.
If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known.
He is a man of convictions.
You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more.
It's almost like Ishgardians are drawn to war and conflict.
A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emeric prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone.
Yep.
But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
What rumors?
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son.
Ouch.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the vault myself.
Hear, hear. The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
That is him being reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope.
And this is why Horshaphant is one of the best.
There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
It's awesome. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must need recruit others to our cause. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our back, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphina. Not even an assembled might of Heist, Four Thames, and Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses? Precisely the opposite. I speak of revolutionaries rumored to reside in the room. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if the hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might be well persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue. Knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I will have you and Saphrine to reach out to them. As a temple knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, you two may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Justinian, will your brothers heed your command if ordered them to stand aside? The dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Saphrine, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Alright, let's see what our little half-pint horror has in store for us. There you are. Saphrine, Alphino, gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. And you, Tataru? How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gilbrant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully, but what of you two? What came of your journey? You're not serious. What was Sir Emerick thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't believe... Anyway, I heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel? A queer moniker, if I'd ever heard one. But mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Alright, down to the lower levels. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, which all of us are dogs down here. Yep. Social disparity is massively apparent in Ishgard. What's that? Speak up. I can't hear you as well as used to. I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Yeah. Pretty not surprising that they're not willing to talk to outsiders. Especially well-kept ones. Not a single shred of information. Just as I expected, these revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on while I continue speaking with the people of the Broom. Why not go and see if Gilbrant knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, he will surely have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. Alright, I always forget where the back entrance is. I think I passed it already. Crap. I think it's down there a bit. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need know that it comes with a tight lip. Discretion, Saphrine. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I am not without sympathies. I have heard the tales, and I know you're done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Koiser who owes me a bit of fair coin. However, I agreed to accept payment of fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? Fine. I'll be your errand girl. Because why not? Wait. No, that's not what I want. Over in the Koiser. Spice. So you're Gilberin's errand girl. Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always, right? Right. Any rude. I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on the account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Interesting fella. Well, you go to hand them over or not? Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I could make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the hard men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. That was not what I was intending, but okay. Now that I think about it, there is a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Herethia is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get tried this wine. Why not give her a bottle? Warrior of Light Delivery Service, at your service. I can't remember where it is. Where are you? Where the hell are you? Oh, way over there. Wrong direction. Yes, I am here. Beg your pardon, but do I know you, miss? I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted it. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in that brawn. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby's eyes of his were filled with lust. 'Twas not more than infatuation what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, God's the scandal. I mean, it's not as an uncommon occurrence. That it was a Hur maid, it was so, well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets, so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. A lord taking advantage of a lowborn for his own, let's say, desires. Yeah. Ishgard is such a wonderful place, isn't it? So, the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant, then casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who lived through it. It's almost like there's a moral to the story, or some deeper meaning behind it, right? Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Gerudo, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibits spirituous beverages. Aye, if there ever was a man who deserved to drink, it'd be him. Get up there. Helen's blessings upon you, miss. A gift for me. The scent, how reminiscent of a wine made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forgotten by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found the time to help me tend to those even in worse circumstances. So compassionate was she, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years was trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember the days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the midst. Is it... Oh, for the love of the light, I can never find it. I will one day remember that exact path. But until then, we ate through it. She was a remarkable woman, Saphrine. And everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future. For her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Saphrine, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. It's almost as if you've been leading us down the path of her life. Strange how that all suddenly ties together. Wait. Oh, that's a player's minion. God damn it. I thought that was the actual alpha. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I was like, how the hell am I seeing alpha even though I've not started the Omega raids? Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Doesn't ring a bell, I'm sorry. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't from the broom. Did you think I'd just let you cause? You asked nicely. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Alright, I think this is it. There we go. Have you made any progress, Saphrine? So her mongrel was born of Elizan nobleman and a Huron maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Saphrine. I had a premonition this is not going to end well. When does it ever? How hard could it be to find a Lala that's two ilms tall? Nope, not that way. Wait, no, ilm. Yalm is too big. Ilm is too small. I can't remember what the in-between is. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either? I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Wait, down there, isn't that Tataru? Ah, those men are chasing her. Quick, Saphrine, after them. We must protect her chastity.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House Four Tom's Manor all the time.
Nice haircut.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knights, eh? Actually, I think the Aetheryte is a little faster than this. Oh, duty time. Buy out the whole bar. That's pretty impressive.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
We need a distraction.
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hell's?
Ouch.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy. And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Well, that was effective.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
Well, at least he was charitable to take it outside. I'm just gonna eat that one. Alright, he's gonna be a pain in the ass.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
Jackass.
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavens Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
They await a rescue attempt.
Already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
Of course.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
All right. Let me guess, you're wondering why I chose Mongrel, right? Because it is what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and lady up on high. None of them are well-bred. Some of them mothers were cast upon us after a spot of fun. Same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue buds that who count. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Hallentra. But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in his cell. Let's not keep him waiting. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. This is nonsense about us. Throwing wide the gate for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? You, Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing at first, but then I heard how he had lost his head. My next best guess would have been the Heavens Ward. That way they'd have a perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughtering the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavens Ward scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they are forced to improvise. Fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the next plan? We must divert their attention to the High Houses away from the city, and to do that, we will need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in the high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal for recruits. Most swear fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and life for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics, for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Spread falls for reports of an attack to get them out of harm's way, you mean? The city would not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack imminent, they will have no choice but to attack. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vaults, the Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord granted his liberty. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estini and I will make ready to breach the underground gaol and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light. Together with Lord Harshaphon and Master Alphino, for this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way to the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavens Ward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the gaol. Temple Knight, loyal to our cause, will have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes as planned, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Good. Then let us decide what must be done. All right, to the vault we go. Nope, that direction. What is that one? 56. I don't know what that is. And upcoming is the part that's going to suck massively. The others are in position, Mrs. Saphrine. I will send word once you and your party have entered. All right, let's get this over with. The part that's going to suck is the aftermath of dealing with this place, which we'll be seeing pretty shortly.
I shall show you something special.
Next pack. Cha-cha. shot. Oh, boy. There we go. Come on, get over here. Archie, thank you. Could have brought him a little closer. There you go. Took you a moment. Alright. Last pack before the first fight. Just take down Jens, get him to transform. And Alpha can work through that. That's raid wide. Screw you and your stun. One of the times I really wish I had ranged ability. And it's stun again. Alright, let's finish him off. One down. These 12 become really annoying after a while.
Focus. Release.
Come on. Yeah, keep throwing your random crap. I'll get you in a second. Oh, that was worth it. Yes. Trigger those. You guys can play with them while I get this useless thing. Well, I can stop one of those. The other one we're just gonna eat. That does get to be a pain to heal through when you wall to wall, especially if nobody's focusing on them. All right. I'm gonna see if we can get these together. It's gotta be close. Yep, got their attention. Save that for the second guy. For those who are working on their blue mage, you can get spells off of each of the knights. Since they're separate, you can get them both in the same try. They're not that amazing, but you can use them together, or in sequence, I should say.
I'll cut you to pieces!
Gonna save the limit for when he face changes. Fortunately, this Lancer is not a Stydian. Come on. Oh, fucking hell. That's not a good spot. Throw random crap around. Those are places you do not want to get knocked back into for this next ability. That's just a random dot on the ground. Really, we should stop spinning. And you're gonna knock us back again. You're an ass. Stop running around, Harshi. Come on. Thank you. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get these two in the other room. There's that. And there's that. Alphino might have a little trouble with the AoEs. Problem. Cha-cha-cha. Alright. We've got all that. And just one more pole towards the end. Come on, get over here. Fine, do it myself. Taking out this priest is what's going to trigger the gargoyles. Alright, Alphino, let's see how well you can heal. Oops. Alright. One more bastard to deal with. And then the scene that everybody loves.
Filthy rats!
Prepare for the raid wide.
Be done with you!
That's just a wheeze. New fun mechanic with chains. You gotta spread out from the others. Marching line attacks.
I have my pride.
That should be the raid wide. Alright, ad phase.
And now the final cut!
Gotta see who can take down the most.
This shall be a mercy. You disgust me.
Raid wide once again. Your marching line attacks.
Be done with you.
Holy chain. So you spread out.
Sickness must be purged.
And this is where we end it. You know what? I'm eating this. There we go. Yep, I definitely take pleasure in bringing that jackass down. Alright, here comes that cutscene.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Father, please! For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Look out!
I will get you later, asshole.
Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefort!
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
Mm-hmm. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Fort Thames Manor. It's always the true ones that we lose.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling.
But he was still your son.
Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved.
Yep.
Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
And he will be avenged. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Hoshafand took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face him as knights. We must press on with our mission, Tataru. Pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go speak with Sir Emmerich Saphrine. I worry for his well-being. While others mourn, we must press forward. For the better of Ishgard and her people.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too-fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people.
By manipulating
You have
them.
given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught?
That they died for greed?
Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well.
5, 6, 7.
Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Dick.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Saphrine struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
You catch on quick.
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Azis La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Now we just need to find where. Mistress Kanekuro, Master Alphino, and I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid is preventing whatever is the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Absolutely. Yes, of course. You two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavens Ward are guilty of crime of summoning, then Saphrine and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of the Dranian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the coming days. You may ever have my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Saphrine, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Saphrine, I believe we have much to discuss. The soil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Laniata informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds? Or was not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu, it is not easily accessible from Cloudtop. House Halantra has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the beastman's wrath. I think we both know a perfect candidate, Saphrine. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at Skysteel Manufacturer. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Alright, what craziness are we going to get into this time with our boy? Ah, the dastardly duo. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? Ending a war, starting a civil war, ending a revolution, starting a revolution. You know, the usual. You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Azaz's Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but I can presume it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that is key to his plans. From what he told Saphrine, the Ascians tried to tempt him into... They tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. Even as he spoke true, playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we need another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you are ready to depart. Just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckon I was due to deliver you into it. Into the fire it is. In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. Don't be too late, boy. You'll miss all the fun. Boys has been putting in pretty work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say that we are ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain... Pray forgive my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Urianger and Riel are pursuing promising leads. Come, we can continue discussion aboard the Enterprise. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Saphrine. Shall we get going? All right. Time to go to the second half of the Sea of Clouds.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
Oh, that one's conveniently placed. From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Saphrine. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. I assume Soil is here, but I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for the Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed, because we haven't had enough so far. We look, and we look some more. Ah, crap. Oh no. A duty? We look some more. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of Netherlands. Does not fight. Does not wish to die. Was that Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Oh, great. Imps. Over there. Imperial troops. Ish guardians. Seize them. They'll know where the Archbishop is. The fuck do they want with the Archbishop? The enemy of my enemy. We've no choice. With me, Saphrine. Protect the Vanu. With pleasure. Yeah, we'll survive that. Hell, that one's an ass. Got him, Alphina. There you go. Netherlands, save Lord Vanu from certain death. Showered Netherlands thanks like summer squall. Lonu Vanu knows not what wind bears Netherlands to cloud sea, but warmly welcomes them. Shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Vanu owes much and more to Netherlands as saviors, as heroes. Zundu welcomes you. To village we go, to north. Come, come. So the Gallians are searching for the Archbishop and believe that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have the right of it. I conclude that we should accept the Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. I mean, they're not hostile Vanus, so sounds like a good place to start. My shadow's not helping. Yes, yep, I thought there was one nearby. There we go. More of that. Like breezes guiding leaves to rust, come and lay down your burdens. Netherlands. Vanu throws wide arms in greeting. Behold, Ak Zundu. Wrong one. A far warmer welcome than one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ha! Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon. Sound and fury like aimless gale. Yeah? What unseen lightning begets such thunderous report? Ah, there you are. Did you see it? It's that damn flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The white? Kinda hard to miss something that big. He's wounded. And he just ate an island. By the 12, did the beast just eat that island? Oh, insatiable wights! Oh, devourer of worlds! Why must you torment us? Bah! Vanu wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlands, come and break words with our chief of Zundu. I will, but first, I must pick. There's one close by, right? East. I think it's up. Yeah, it's gonna be up by the chief. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. Netherlands deliver Lonu Vanu from claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore zephyr winds, and brings before you with all haste soft rains to soothe the heart and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sanu, chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet with you, Chief Sonu. I am Alphino Levia, and these are my companions, Saphrine Kanankur and Sid Galland. We are come to search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Cloud Sea. Ah, like the black steel shod contraptions from which you save Lanu Vanu? Alas, no, that ship belongs to the Gallian Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we were looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of the purest white, and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Lonu Vanu hear tales of these Netherlands? You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns, we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Lonu Vanu. Aye. Winds carry purpose of Netherlands to our ears as well. Netherlands seek key to As's law. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sanu, what exactly is this As's law? Beware, Netherlands, for the blackest clouds portend greatest dangers. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. But the white devours isles where key is kept. Deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond the reach of the foolhardy. And beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Lord Navanu, for as stone gives way to water, and wind, all yields to the white. This he knows, Chief Sanu. Madness of the Vundu bodes ill for all Vanu. Sounds like they were the ones. Well, the Vundu, the hostile ones, were the ones that brought Bismarck about. And he's been causing nothing but trouble out here. Alright, that's the one I wanted. There we go. So, As's law is the home to forbidden secrets, accessible only to a bearer of a key which the Archbishop covets. Much as I would like to believe it is safe within the belly of the Bismarck, the Knights of the Heaven's Word wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how will we go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our elements, and this time we have far fewer allies we can call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the white. Let us each question the residents of the village, and then regroup to share our findings anon. If the Netherlands seek knowledge of the white, then speak with Kunu Valley, foremost keeper of tales. but neglect not to present self with humility and respect. As the sun yields to moon, and moon to sun, Netherlands must greet Kunu Valley with a bow. Shit, wrong one. The next one is way the heck out there, isn't it? Yep. Where are you? There you are. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow. Travelers from below. Kuni Veli, keeper of tales, hears your words and she remembers. My bad. Damn it. Oh, I feel like I should ask for that one. Alright, let's redo that voice. In times long ago, in lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the white is one among many. Newborn he swims beside his many brothers in seas of endless water. But hatred is the white, for his brothers are pure as black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to heavens, and he there is reborn. The white still longs for the sea, to which he cannot return. But in rebirth a splinter of the divine is shed, and so he shall open his maw from whence the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content he gazes below, and sees others who are as he, hatred and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth and guides these people to the clouded sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgotten. But this demon menaces the cloud sea. His rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles is his gift to us, and yet he now must consume them. Kunu Valley knows no tales like this. Mm-hmm. So, according to the Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the floating isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people? Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes. Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? But what of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is, unless you have interest in the intricacies of Vanu's sky fishing. Sky fishing? My gods, that's his Alphino, my boy. I could kiss you. Don't look at me. I'm not a fisher. From what we've observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before it devoured another island to restore its strength. The ether of the land to a whale of the sky. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, In essence, fishing for a flying whale. Ahab, if you get me swallowed like Jonah, I am going to kick your ass. Once we draw upon Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's hide, and then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. Because we don't have a... screw it, I'm not doing that joke. A bold pun, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Saphrine fail to subdue the creature, she would most certainly be eaten along with the rest of your appetizing island. Oh, she won't fail. And if anything does go wrong, I'll be the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow her out of trouble. I wouldn't trust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections in my joining as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then, it seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for our fishing trip. Well, you two need to find some bait. Not just any island, mind. I want the most mouthful as... most. Do I look like a culinarian? How am I supposed to know if an island looks tasty? Well, you've heard, Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I suppose we speak with Chief Sonu. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may well be supportive in our effort to slay him. The Chamonix is upon us. The White Feast and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sonu. This creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised upon the floating isles and made a gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sonu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Moats against the tempest. In vain do they struggle. Yet it is Sonu to speak of what may be. Perhaps even the Tramote can turn into Punete. Very well, Netherlands. When you are ready, tell the Zundu scouts what manner of island you require that they guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sonu. On that you have my word. Come, Saphrine. Let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. He is way the heck out there. Wait, let me check this. And that is way the heck out there too. I think it's actually past him. Where are we? One. We got 2 more after this trial, so we are going to be wrapping up. Somewhat on time. Getting better at these estimations, I think. Pretty sure it's much further. Oh no, it's right there. Oh, it's right next to Sid. What a coincidence. And the last one should be way the hell out there, right? Oh no, that's all. That's unusual. Our Guardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition. I have taken liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we have changed to spare. Every link forged by the manufacturer is master craftsmen. If you have any lingering doubts as to their strength, note that they were originally intended to bind dragons, and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vonu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Saphrine, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one bit, but I can't help getting excited at the same time. So tell me, Saphrine, are you ready to hunt the white whale? Jesus. After you then, Saphrine, all aboard. This is literally... oh, why can't I think the book's name right now? Moby Dick. This is literally Moby Dick in Final Fantasy XIV. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Whoops. Alright, I'll have to consider that for later. There we goes. Let's go find our white whale. That's a big boy. And he's just slightly angry. Probably want to pop another one of those. Incoming. Ooh, did somebody fall off already? That's not good. Well, that works. get the dragon killers to drag him in. You do have to get on his back, do actual damage. Just be careful not to get on there too early. And try not to get knocked off. Or get tossed by the tornadoes. Which that tank was really, really trying to get me to do. There's only a few amount of things on this small island to avoid. Crap. Well, someone just got lifted. I'm about to in a second. Holy shit. Alright. Yeah. No. That's a raid wide. The tornado is still going around. Just in case I don't get out of the way in time. These can be brought together. But they're not going to. Alright, these... Yeah, I'm not getting to that one. Spread out. Because these are player-based AoEs. The other one, please. Thank you. Ooh, that was close. Not sure what happened with that pick, though. Or why they got launched back. But that was... Alright. Now let us go find a key in the remains of... that. The design seems familiar. Oh. Is this number 4? Mommy?
Darkness, like to none known. Hark. Receive blessing small.
So falls the Lord of Mists, as did all others before him.
As shall you.
How
Just
many
like
times does this make you,
Nabrales.
warrior of light? Ah, how much you have grown. Far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
She has what we seek.
That she does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag.
Oh, good. Alligans. We aren't done with them, apparently.
I see you have regained the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
My thanks to you, Asian. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck.
Hmm.
Now that the key is within our grasp, the path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare.
Asian's leading another asshole to Allagan secrets. This always ends swimmingly well.
By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Well. That's not good. Once again, the Alligans leave us a mess to clean up. Forgive me, Saphrine. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them? Alas, Wedge and I were sealed within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, for we yet live, and we will know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. Do. Though we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal, and prevented the Vanu Vanu's lands from being consumed in doing so. The Zundu, at least, shall be glad of our deeds these days. Let us go and inform Chief Sonu of our victory. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides.
Wait, something is amiss.
Is it odd? Imperials again?
Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once! And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken.
It's you.
Just as Wire observed, the Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
The Warrior of Light? She who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well. Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last. Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to here. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
I doubt he actually cares. Who? Sid?
Where did that come from?
Take cover!
Oh.
Radiance. We must withdraw.
Nice armor. Well, there's their super battleship that we had been warned about earlier. Much earlier.
We shall meet again, warrior of light. On that you have my word.
So Garlemald too has designs on Azizlar. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
Glory, power. Take your poison. Oops. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald, Varus Zos of Galvas, in the flesh. I assumed the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the Centurion spoke. Ah, forgive me. This is neither the time nor the place for idle speculation. Pray, return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I have yet to apprise Chief Sono of all that has occurred. Once I have, we will rejoin you at the airship. Let's see, how do I get over there? Yep, this way. So it wasn't bad enough that we have to fight off the Dravanians. Wasn't bad enough that we have to fight off the Temple Knights. We also had to fight off the Garleans. Because there is not enough people in our way to bring about peace to this land. That looks like a fate. Right? Or is that an A rank? That's an A rank. Screw that. Thank the 12 you're alive, Saphrine. When the battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you and Alphino. What in the seventh hell happened out there? First, the Archbishop turns up with an Ascian in tow, and now the goddamn Emperor pays us a visit? What is this, a procession of notable bastards? Who's next? Keeper of the... Ah, shit. No one so notable, Master Garland. I'm happy to report that Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sono sends his warmest regards, Saphrine. There was much talk of westerly winds. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during their raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares, and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they have no more fear from the Empire. For the present, at least. Had the Emperor truly intended on their extermination, Oxundu would already have been leveled. Plainly, Varus is only interested in reaching Azizlar. Speaking of which, are y'all ready to continue the chase? The Enterprise is as well, shall we? Alright. This is going to be the last one for today. Wow, it actually fits. Hopefully it doesn't hit a weight limit. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Azazel lies in that direction, we'll find it. The soil may have led a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We can catch them. You'll see.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances.
And there's a big reveal.
And I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sastunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich.
He is a fetching lad, after all.
'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. It is your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
And after all, her slayer is standing next to you.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it!
Well, it's something, that's for certain.
Chief, is that... Allagan, I, There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
You're not blasting your way through this one.
Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
Ah! Woody barely just finished repairing the damage occurred during our sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the soil passed through the barrier unscathed. It would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. And that is where we are going to end today. Oh, we helped Estinian and the dreadworm Nidhogg in the Eyrie after getting our adorable little mana cutter. Found out that he had been given a spare eye from his brood brother Ray's Velgar after the first Azure Dragoon had plucked both eyes from him in lore that had been rewritten by the Holy See, and the founding of the Four Houses stopped the quelling of the uprising of the heretics who were misguided into Ishgard to try and revolt, dealt with the Holy See and pushing them back out of the vault after our boy Sir Emmerich tried to convince the Archbishop of revealing the truth to the populace that everybody is descendants of the 12, which obviously failed horribly. Had to go out to the Sea of Clouds to deal with the Vanu and get the key from Bismarck, which the Ascian unfortunately stole from us immediately after we picked it up, letting the Archbishop into Azizla to go find the sacred treasure and power he's trying to use and rewrite the future as he sees fit. That is where we currently are, with no visible way of getting into Azizla. But I'm sure we'll find something for next time. As for us here at the corner, we are going to call it on that one. So, as always, thank you for watching, and